Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your...
Slanted pockets are a vibe, sis. If you want to learn how to create a slanted pocket, keep watching. So these are the basic steps on how to create a slanted pocket. Once you get down the technique, you can change the measurements and the numbers to fit your needs so you can create a pocket that you want. So I would definitely suggest doing this on a piece of paper or some scrap fabric like I'm doing. I'm just going to measure over from the side seam 3.5 inches. And then I'm gonna place my first mark once I measure over from the side seam 3.5 inches. Now I'm gonna be measuring down from the waist 6 inches and I'm gonna make my mark there. After I make my mark, I'm gonna take my ruler and I'm going to create the slant, and that's where the slant for the pocket will be. Afterward, I'm just taking my Reynolds wrap paper or my Reynolds parchment paper and or any type of tracing paper, anything that's see-through, and then I'm gonna trace that line on my paper, and I'm literally tracing the outside of my pants. So you're just tracing that entire slant. After you trace your slant, I went ahead and took my ruler and I went over another 3.5 inches and I created a line. Now I'm just gonna take my French curve and I'm gonna go down 8 inches, and then I'm just going to connect that line to the lines that I've already created.
Everything you do makes me love everything about you. Your smile, your style is so fly. I can't deny. I got a crush on you.
Now that we've drawn our pattern, I'm gonna go ahead and add a 1/4 seam allowance, and then I'm going to cut the pattern out and trace it so that I have 2 of the same pattern piece.
It's not that I want you here, yeah. It's something about the way you say it to my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear.
Now I'm gonna add seam allowance to this pattern piece as well, except the only difference to this pattern piece is I'm not gonna add that slant onto this pattern piece.
You try not to show how I feel about you. You wish you were, but we don't really want. I just wanna get away and stay right next to you. I wanna kiss you. Yeah, I just wanna.
For the pattern piece that you drew the slant through, I'm going to add a 1/4 seam allowance along the slant line. So our piece with the slant through it is going to be the pocket facing, and the other piece is going to be the pocket bag. You're going to need to cut 1 pair and they're going to be mirrored. This is what your pattern pieces will look like once you've drawn them. You're going to want to cut that excess paper that was left behind that seam allowance on your pocket facing, and then you have your pocket bag. You're also going to want to do the same thing to your pant leg. Cut that piece off of your pant leg where you drew that triangle. Now you're going to take your pocket facing and you're going to place it right sides together on top of your pant leg. Then you're going to pin the edges and sew along that raw edge. It should look something like this once you've sewn your facing to the right side of your pant leg. Then you're just gonna flip the facing over so that the wrong sides are touching, and you're just gonna iron it really well, press very well, and then top stitch. After you top stitch the pocket facing, go ahead and flip the pant leg over. Then you're gonna place your pocket bag right sides together on top of your pocket facing. So you should see the wrong side of your pocket bag. Then you're going to pin the two pieces together and sew. Now your pocket is complete. This is what it looks like towards the back of the pant leg, and this is what it looks like towards the front of the pant leg. Now I'm just gonna sew my back pant leg on top, just so you can get an idea of what it will look like once your pants are complete. Now after you add your back pant leg, you would just have to add your waistband. It's really that simple. It's super cute. I think it looks really professional, and it helps take your project to the next level. I really hope you guys learned something from this tutorial. Please subscribe and like the video, and come back for more.